NPC.
Alright, let's start this thing off. Aaron, tell us the magic of this new Coke.
It's no Coke, eh? Oh, well.
Is it
Yeah.
new?
No.
It's not new. No, new Coke came out in like the 80s or something.
Not that one where they've tricked everyone and then like they made it garbage and then brought back fucking original Coke.
No, new Coke, man. It's great. Nah, it's Coke, no sugar. Basically, what was it? What did it used to be called? Coke?
Just Coke.
Coke Zero.
Oh, I remember Coke Zero. That was garbage.
No, that was this.
Nah, that can't be right.
It's just it had a negative, like, vibe on it, I swear.
No,
has to be
tasted
chilled.
terrible.
This has to be chilled. Like, if it's not chilled, it doesn't taste as great as Coke.
To be fair,
I don't
Coke
know
isn't
how
all that
that
great
works,
anyway,
but-
but... I'm just impressed with the calories.
Yeah, 1.3.
So impressed. Why is no one else as impressed by this?
I know.
It is a soft drink that tastes like almost the original soft drink, and it has 1.3 calories.
Basically,
I think it's a lie.
has
You think
replaced
they're just like, oh shit, they missed like numbers in the
3 decimal points.
How? If anything else is like that, I would be drinking it.
It's actually kilocalories, but that is actually what calories are, kilocalories. But anyway, 1.3 calories.
Sponsored by Coke.
Not sponsored by Coke,
Sponsored.
but we will take a sponsorship by Coke.
We'll just take
Not for their
What
main
would we
brand.
do, even if they gave us like a small amount, which would be a large amount to us? What could we do with that?
What can we do with
Watch
it?
all the movies.
any movie that's got Coke in it. We will
So-
review it.
We only review movies with Coke in it.
Yes.
So not very many.
No.
There'd have to be some in the background.
Yeah, Coke has,
Mistakes and
wouldn't
shit.
No.
Mistakes. Wow. We're sorry, sponsor. We're sorry.
Like you see a Coke machine in the background, that's fair game.
Yeah.
Anytime they go into a shops, you see Coke somewhere.
Exactly.
That counts.
Yeah.
Even if it's blurred out.
Yeah.
You see the color red? That's basically Coke.
They're drinking a brown liquid. It might be alcohol. It might be Coke.
Could be Pepsi.
No.
No,
We
no.
don't say that word on this channel,
We do not
Martin.
speak that of Alright. What was the pick this
We do
week?
not speak.
Who picked this one?
Wasn't it you?
You.
Yeah, it was me.
For
Welcome to the
fuck's
NPC
sake.
Colistseum. I'm your host, Kane. Aaron?
Welcome.
Martin?
Hi.
Missy?
Yep.
That's the panel. Thanks everyone for supporting us on Patreon. I don't
like-
know why, but thank you regardless.
I'm pretty sure they know us better than we know ourselves now.
Probably.
It wouldn't be hard.
It's probably true.
There's probably a lot of like conflicting things we've said on episodes that counter our own points and go against our own beliefs.
That just proves our humanity.
It proves we're human. Like you are, people.
Yeah.
You can relate to us.
I feel like I'm consistently spastic.
We're both humans.
We're both. What about the other two?
Oh, they're humans too, I suppose.
I'm not a human.
What are you?
It's humanish.
I don't know.
It's humanoid.
Yeah, I'm humanoid at least.
People can relate to that.
That barely means anything. That just means like your shape is that of a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
I
biped.
can relate to that.
Like
But
a
the
dog
insides
standing on
are
its
different.
Legs, standing upright. That's humanoidish, I suppose.
No, it's a dog.
But it's humanoidish if it stands up. A monkey's humanoid,
Are they?
I guess.
No.
If an alien's humanoid, like if a grey alien is humanoid, a monkey's humanoid.
But they don't walk all straight like us. Their posture is fucking terrible.
Gorillas can.
Yeah, but it's so unnerving when they do.
Yeah.
It looks weird, like
Yeah.
they're mocking us.
It's because they are. You're like,
Remember
bears
the-
can stand up. They're humanoid.
What about the gorillas in the rain, remember?
Gorillas in the rain?
That video where they were walking to get out of the rain?
Oh my god.
They hug the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like people at a bus stop, like waiting, and then like, ee, and they walk out into the rain to get away. Stupid monkeys. Wait, what part are we up to?
The part where we do what we're supposed to do.
It's true, it's true. Alright,
Ask
what are we
what
supposed to...
everyone is up to.
Could do that, but I was thinking, maybe I'll just save that for the end. We'll see. I don't know. Shut up.
Change shit up.
Gotta keep it fresh.
Yep.
Alright, this is episode
Like Martin's clothes.
37th. That's
Looking
the
all
episode.
fresh.
What the fuck?
So fresh.
So fresh.
You're fucking weird.
It's like Subway.
But I'm a human.
Humanoid.
Let's go.
Alright, Freddy vs. Jason. This is the last pick of the panel for this
This is the
horror
last
month.
movie we're doing. I'm done.
I'm sick of all of you. And your non-speaking ways. That's what Missy would say. Hi, welcome it. Don't talk to me. Really? You gonna look at me like that?
I don't say things like that.
You do.
Nah,
Uh-huh.
I'm lovely. Don't. It's the loudest you've laughed at anything. I am lovely.
Please. Freddy versus Jason. Oh,
Missy versus Martin.
one that won't die and one that haunts your dreams.
We both really want to die.
Just like Jason. Alright, let's see. This movie came out 2003.
Wait,
Whoa.
I have one important question.
Why?
Semi-important.
Is it on topic? Because seriously, man, like
It's on topic. It's on topic.
Then can't I just get past
I'm
this part?
kidding. I don't give a shit if it's on
I
topic.
know you don't. Are you more fearful of water or fire?
Water.
Damn it, we can't both be scared of water. All right, continue.
What about burning
What's
water?
on top?
Lava.
Lava water. That counts. All
Lava
right,
water or
I'll
just
be,
lava?
I'll be scared of water. Lava water.
Alright, this came out 2003.
Right.
I didn't think it was that long ago.
Yeah. But then again, I'm always like, 2003, that's not that long ago. And then I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a long time ago.
Especially when you think when the other ones came out. It was like was it Ailey's early 90s was the last ones?
No, it was
Early
like
80s.
a stream of Jason ones that were.
Oh, Jason's been consistent for like every
Dribs
few
and
years or
drabs.
something like that. But 2003, let's see. It's got a 5.7 on IMDb, 41% Rotten Tomatoes, 37 Metacritic, 92 Google. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Its
People who
budget
watched
was...
liked it.
Yes, they did. The budget was 25 million. It made 114 million, which is not bad.
114.9.
That's a great return for your money,
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
even if you take into consideration advertising. It's great.
All right. It was directed by Donnie Yu. Don't know who that is, but I'm gonna click his name because I
It's
figure
Ronnie Yu, but you know.
It is too. Ronnie Yu. Donnie sounds better. He's now Donnie now. You heard me.
Yeah, I heard you say he's now Donnie now. but,
Ooh, he
you
did
know.
Fearless.
He did.
He did Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, I know. I thought you knew that.
I thought I recognized the name.
Go
Wow.
down.
Wow.
He did a lot of weird things.
Look, these are the only ones that matter.
Go down.
No one cares about that other
Go the
stuff.
fuck down. Alright, thank you.
Why?
Because I want to see if I know any of the others, but they're
You don't,
all
they're all-
foreign.
Yeah. They're all Asian movies.
Foreign.
Asian.
Foreign.
What?
Read that bottom one. The bottom movie.
What? Shang Lap
Young
Ching
One,
Ding Yoi?
1991.
What? What was that?
It just reminded me of Wayne's World when he's learning fucking, was it like tiles?
Oh yeah, no, Cantonese.
Cantonese.
I'll have to watch that one day. I feel like I've
Yeah.
missed a lot.
But still, that's pretty funny they did Bride of Chucky.
Why?
Why is it not funny that we did two of his movies?
In a row.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. And they were both...
Actually,
Like,
they're both
similar in
very...
humour.
Yeah. That makes it. But they did Fearless, which is a great Jet Li movie.
And very funny.
No. no, it's not actually.
That's
It's
not what it's known for.
kind of dark.
It's hilarious.
Alright, did anyone recognize any of the actors in this other than Robert Englund?
Yeah, Kelly Rowland. Rowland?
Rowland.
I recognized her face, but I didn't remember her name until Amy said, "Hey,
Oh.
I forgot that she did a stint of acting," and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
She's the
That-
middle one in Destiny's Child. She came second
That
place.
Chris Marquette guy is familiar.
Which one's that?
The one called Chris
Charlie
Marquette.
Lind.
Chris
Yep, that. Nope, go back. Yep, that one.
Ah. Oh, wait, him.
Yeah, I want to
The
see
geeky guy?
Yeah.
the
He's in Lucifer.
The head cop.
Oh, wait, The Girl Next Door. We just watched that recently.
head cop came.
The head
Oh,
cop.
yeah, wait.
Ah,
the
the
cop
guy
that
from-
helped. Who was he?
Go away, you.
Oh yeah, and also the other cop, like the young cop.
Yeah, who was the young one?
This is an all-star cast.
It is not. Couldn't be further from it.
I know
you
Lachlan.
Munro?
Who's just Chris, by the way?
Isn't
Anyway,
from
He
Stargate?
was White Chicks. He was in Charmed, NCIS, scary movie.
look at his fucking face.
The fat chubby guy.
Can I see what else he was in?
Footballer.
The footballer.
Go
Which one?
down. The next to the Stargate guy. That guy.
Chris, is that Gunther?
He's in a lot of things.
It's Gossier.
Yeah.
He's in he's in Watchmen. Agent Cody Banks. I don't know, I haven't watched that movie.
Wait.
I hate that kid.
I still want to see what the cop was in.
Which one?
Gary.
The one that you opened.
Which the
Oh,
young?
the Stargate guy. No wonder why I recognized it.
No, the young one.
Yeah, she's talking about the young
Lachlan.
one. Fuck him though.
Lachlan.
Yeah, I want to see
He's
what he
in
was
Scary Movie.
No,
That's
I
what
wanna
everyone
see
knows.
properly.
No one cares.
Wow, thanks, Martin. That's great.
No one cares.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, though? I know him from
Wow,
something.
he has done like 7 things in 2019 alone. Can he stop?
He's really picking back up.
He
Man,
just-
that doesn't look like he ever slowed down.
He's
The Predator? Which one's that?
I think he was
that's
the
the
predator.
last.
No,
latest
he's
one.
a predator.
Yeah, he's actually a predator.
He looks like a predator.
Yeah, he does.
It just seems like he's got a bunch of small gigs and he does like 10 things a
Keep
year.
going down.
What are you looking for?
What I know him from.
What do you know him from?
I don't know yet. I
The
haven't
fact
seen
it's
it.
not Scary Movie is weird to me.
I don't like scary movies.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean he's not from it, and that's probably the main thing he's known for.
Keep going.
He plays a funny part in that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
He plays the retarded guy, doesn't he?
Keep going.
He's not retarded. He plays a small dick guy.
He was in Arrow. I haven't seen Arrow. Keep going.
His thing is so long. Nose dick.
Well, considering I just read the package, I'm like, his what is so long? Castle maybe.
We've been scrolling for 2 days and we're only up to 2018.
Oh my god, Smallville, but only 1 episode.
I'm telling you, you know him from Scary Movie.
Hey,
From everything.
I know him from.
Yeah, he's been
something.
in a few things.
Oh, good. He was in Freddy vs. Jason. I knew it.
I got a good feeling about that.
He was Greg.
Look at
Maybe
that. It's Greg
it
and
is
Scary
just
Movie.
Charmed. Oh, it might be Jag.
It might be Scary Movie.
I think it's Jag.
You know him from Jag.
Yeah, I think it's Jag.
Or
He only
Scary
was
Movie.
in 3 or 4 fucking episodes.
Yeah, but I feel like I only ever saw the same ones over and over.
the 3 that he was in.
Jag, didn't it go for like 5 seasons or 6 seasons?
Yeah, but I only ever saw a little bit on TV.
Just specifically the episodes he was in.
Yeah, because he's so popular.
And that was like why he stood out and you remember him so much.
because he was just such a looker.
From 19 years ago.
Yeah, when I was little.
Look at that. He was in the original 21 Jump Street.
Oof, who cares?
Is he a child?
He was probably very young then.
Has a TV series.
Well, that didn't help.
Of course it didn't. That was
He
the guy.
just looks like someone.
He looks like everyone.
Was he in Charmed?
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks like Leo's dad.
Leo.
Anyway, the point is,
I know. Why are we not looking up Blake?
why?
Blake? What the hell is that?
Why you got a problem with Blake?
It's a name.
Balake.
Okay. Alright. Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh,
What is
actually, wait. What's that girl from?
Which one?
The
Kelly
one
Rowland.
with the hat.
The one with the hat.
Who is that?
Gib.
What is that? No, go back.
What?
Versus Ash.
Yeah, I know.
What is that?
That was what was going to potentially happen.
Ah, boo.
Jason versus Jason. Freddy versus Jason versus Ash
Okay.
from The Evil Dead.
Okay.
I assume Ash has to win.
You'd want
He's
it.
the only fucking protagonist amongst the 3.
Well, they could all lose.
Maybe I'll
I
look
suppose.
it up in my own time.
He'll suck him into the Necronomicon.
Yeah, with himself.
Yeah.
And then he's forever fucked. Alright. Start the movie. Tits at the start.
Start the movie? We're going to watch it?
Yeah, tits at the start, and then no tits for a bit, and then a couple more tits, and then no tits.
It started out
Like a horror movie.
as a
slasher.
fucking traditional slasher.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate that.
Yeah, you
Go about to go
gotta.
for a naked swim. Which
Did
I just
I-
don't understand.
The start of this, does this continue on from anywhere?
No. This is purely just.
It felt like an awkward start, right?
it felt like it was
it
supposed
just
to-
came out of nowhere.
It feels like all of Friday the 13th starts.
Yeah, but it felt like
They
it
would
was
just
supposed to
start
continue
with someone
from
about to go for
somewhere.
a swim.
Because the characters felt like they were side characters from another movie, or
I know it
From each
definitely had
series?
that feel. For me, more like a Nightmare on Elm Street, like one that I hadn't watched,
Yeah.
and the kids ended up all getting chucked in the friggin' insane asylum, and we didn't realize that at the end of the movie, kind of thing. And then it
Oh, I
picks up.
see. You're talking about them. Okay, I thought you were talking about just the girl at the start, and I was like, that's just
That's
normal.
what I was wondering, if there was meant to be.
You're talking about the
something.
chick, the opening scene,
You said the start.
I mean the whole start.
the
whole
start of the
startup,
movie,
build-up.
not just the opening scene.
Well, she was talking about tits. That's the opening scene.
Oh, God, there's always tits and someone getting killed in a Jason movie.
Is there?
Yes, that's why I had that.
Is this a Jason movie or is this a Freddy movie?
It's both, Kane.
Oh, have you guys seen American Mary?
No.
No one has.
Alright, well, I know what my fucking pick is. No,
It's something you absolutely hate.
you really haven't seen American Mary? None of you know what it is?
Nope.
It's not even familiar.
I'm gonna have to write it down.
What has that got to do with this?
The girl that I was trying to work out where I knew her from, she's American Mary.
Look, this whole cast is just in this, and this is probably their highlight of their
so many
career.
B-grade actors. It's great.
Well,
it's
I
like
mean,
an all-star
B's are generous.
B-grade cast.
It's pretty generous.
That's pretty generous.
I'd give them.
What, B is generous? This guy does more acting than any other actor I know. And the guy who played Freddy, he's been in like how many AAA movies?
How many
Only
Freddy movies?
ones.
Hey, I'm not like fucking picking.
I've seen
here.
him in other stuff. The only thing I know him from that isn't a Freddy movie is the movie called Urban Legends. It's like a horror movie.
It's about.
Oh
Freddy
my god,
movies.
I love Urban Legends.
He's
I
in
love
it. He's like a
one.
school teacher or something.
Why does he look familiar? Like he's from other things though.
'Cause it's
Like I know his face without makeup. I don't know anyone's face without
Without
makeup
makeup.
when they do like these type of things.
Because it's him, man. He's from
It's from V.
good old V. What's V?
Visitors. Alien reptiles come down, take all the water.
Take all the water. Those fucks.
It's like a very
Those fucks.
1983. It's like a miniseries.
Huh.
You've never seen V. They
Ah.
redid it.
I know V for Vendetta, but that's not
That's all
what
I
you
could
were
think
saying.
of.
V for Visitors.
Come on, Kane, tell us.
What?
What's he been in?
He's in Mortal Kombat, the video game, as Freddy Krueger.
Ah.
He's in Supernatural. He's in Chuck.
It's in Bones.
He's one of those actors that's just done.
I think he's done a whole bunch of voice acting too.
Yeah. He's the Riddler in the Batman. Look, the guy's 72 years old, okay? He's done a few things.
He's done a couple of things.
Right.
Not
Either
right.
way.
Not right.
He did Knight Rider? Oh god, he is in Knight Rider too.
Did Nightmare on Elm
He's in
Street.
MacGyver. This guy's got a good history. Alright, anyway.
He was in Manimal.
What is that?
I don't know. It just
I
sounds
feel like
great.
it's going on the list.
The Manimal.
Half
Alright.
man, half animal.
What do you think? What did you think of this movie? What stands out to you other than the
Ping
great,
pong.
glorious killings?
Ping pong.
Ping pong?
Yeah, that part always stuck in my head.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what? And then it all came back to
You
me.
wait, pinball.
Ping pong.
Yeah,
Pinball, sorry.
Yeah.
when he pulls Jason into the dream and pinballs him around.
Yeah.
So
Always
dumb.
stuck out to me because of how dumb it was.
Yeah.
But Freddy was having such fun. And that's what I like to see people have fun.
It was quite low on his sense of humor, but it's still his sense of humor.
I was going to say, I think the movie did well at being, like you said, a Freddy movie and a Jason movie.
Yeah, it did a good job.
Which is interesting in that way.
I still feel like it was predominantly a Freddy movie.
Oh,
It was,
100%.
yeah, it's definitely more
like
Freddy.
75% to 70% Freddy movie.
It didn't feel like a Jason movie at all. He was just there, and it was weird.
Well, he was basically just a means to an end.
Yeah.
And then the whole end sequence of the movie,
Is just
that's
the-
when it really became about those two predominantly.
And it was about knowing their backstories and lore a bit to see who, like, had the strengths to actually make a good fight.
Yeah.
Look at him. Just about to make out in the fire.
What? Oh, you weirdo. What's to say? It felt exactly like a Freddy movie.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit like a Jason movie. And it was a slasher,
Is it a slasher?
I guess.
Yeah, it's a slasher.
There's lots of slashing.
Yeah, but that's not.
There was tits.
It's true.
It's true.
That's
There was-
more from
There
the.
was teens.
Were they?
Wow, they were playing teens.
If there's teens and tits and slashing,
It was
it's
a good movie.
slasher.
It's definitely on the slashing side. What do you think about the whole story, though? Because I feel like the story is what got this movie made. Because I wonder how many people thought,
Oh man, it sounds like a fanfic that someone's just like, hey, I got some money. Let's make this happen.
It seemed like a very long episode of Bat and the Sun's Superpower Beatdown.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Without the musical side.
But I mean, they always probably wanted a clash in the horror universe. But how many characters do you think you could have, like, just off the top of your head right now, write and make sense at fighting each other?
Well, if you
Like, you want Freddy
disregard-
versus Chucky?
No, like if you disregard like franchises like the Marvel and DC Universe villains, and you
Just
just go
horror ones.
standalone villains,
Horror. Oh, yeah.
Just horror.
Just
Yeah,
Michael
horror
versus
villains.
Jason. Neither of them talk. It'd be great. It's just
They're both-
grunting.
They're both very slow.
They're just stalking each other.
And it's like it's dun, 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 dun.
no, how can you both stalk each other? It would just be those noises, and like one's walking briskly after the other, and then he realizes, and he's walking after him, and then they meet, and the movie's over. What the fuck? Maybe it's just about the inevitable meeting, and like all the movies, basically, you're watching like you go from one guy to the other.
Yeah, they're
as
both
they meet their
killing in
way
a
down
town.
the street or the
Yeah.
They
town,
kill their
and they
way.
meet in the middle.
And then they realize that they're
And
soulmates.
just hug it out.
Yeah.
It's like I would actually love if they did that.
Like they square up and then they just like bro fist and walk off. Like
The fuck.
See? Now that's a fanfic, and there's a reason that didn't get made.
But would you not just be like, I can't believe they made this?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I feel like this was good in the sense that someone had the idea. They're like, all right, to get him, like, obviously the fight, Freddy will use Jason to influence the people. Because that sounds like something Freddy would do. It actually makes sense. Hence why I reckon when it was pitched, they're like, that's actually not bad kind of thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of the horror people, you couldn't really have them verse each other.
actually, do you know what you could have? It would be like a bit of a stretch, but what isn't in this genre? You would have an eccentric millionaire that like basically tracks down the remains of all of these super slasher villains and has them like reanimated for like a death match. All of them.
13 Ghosts.
Sure. But that's what I want.
Basic. It's kind of what that
Yeah,
is.
but I want it with Freddy and Jason and Michael and Chucky, goddammit.
See, Chucky's getting wrecked straight away. Michael's getting wrecked straight away.
Why?
Why not?
But if you-
One,
survive.
Chucky doesn't dream, so I
One,
guess
Michael
him and
is
Freddy.
alive.
Well, yeah, Michael's alive.
He would not
The
have
guy in the
survived.
Scream outfit comes out and just gets fucking mowed down easily.
But how funny would it be?
Just be like, oh, okay.
Like, Chucky's like, oh yeah, come here, like Scarface, and goes up to fucking Freddy, and Freddy's just like, yeah.
You do
okay,
realise,
come.
though, that they would play off the tropes of the show. So it wouldn't just be he runs up and stabs him. It would be that he comes out of, like, weird places. Like,
Yeah, I know.
comes out of nowhere, basically.
Yeah.
And is just waiting in, like, weird, inconspicuous places for, like, I don't know, Jason or
He'd
something
jump
to...
on their shoulders and
to-
stab him,
yeah,
or, you
and
know.
then, like, stab them and then run off like a freak.
Yeah.
Like,
He would be
they would
great.
play to their... I don't know. Their strongest
Strengths.
points.
I mean,
And then like Jason would kill him, but it wouldn't actually be him.
You're talking about the Scream guy. He just puts it on a teen.
And like he would like stab him and lift him up, and you think he's got him, but it's not him. He's just put the mask on someone else.
It ain't him. And he always remembers what Jason did
my
last summer. Killed a lot of people.
I love that movie. I know what you did last summer. Urban Legends. So many bad good
Like
movies.
you could do like this is the closest you'll get to like a AAA crossover.
Yeah.
Because like I was thinking something like Chucky and the Leprechaun.
That would be
B grade
fucking
as
funny.
fuck, but funny.
Chucky and Annabelle.
Yeah.
He would fuck her. That would be so funny.
The demon's just like, ugh. I liked that doll.
It like escapes out in a plume of black smoke, and he's like,
Like what else could you do though? Like Gremlins and Critters? Like just weird shit.
I would love some of these. Like, I want them to be huge, like $100 million budget.
No, definitely no.
Let's give them all 5 million each and we'll see like 50 of these movies.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
I'm telling you, that's the reason why this was the only one that happened.
If
And
anyone,
Alien versus Predator.
if anyone wealthy
Yeah,
is
I guess that
listening,
one's pretty
though,
good.
That might
Oh.
have made sense.
What?
That made more sense.
That one was like done pretty well. People didn't like that. It was weird. I actually really enjoyed it, but
I love that idea, that premise. But it's the same universe. It's great. But like obviously this is the same universe.
the same universe.
what about, you'd have to have Terminator versus like another kind of half human, half
RoboCop.
robot thing. Maybe.
That's RoboCop.
Or Dread, maybe?
No.
Terminator versus Dread.
Why not? He's a big dude.
What's the one with Van Damme?
Which one?
They're like cybernetic.
Universal Soldier.
Yeah.
That sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah, Universal Soldier versus Terminator.
That's so horrible.
They just like join forces. Yeah. Kill everyone. He just reprograms them or some shit. No, like I can't think of any off the top of my head. Without going like fantasy, then you could do like a certain werewolf from a movie and a certain vampire. Choose whatever.
Yeah.
They kind of did that in Van Helsing.
Yeah, like you can go down
Dumbledore
that path.
versus Gandalf. Ooh.
Right. No.
Yep. It's happening.
I feel like they already do these in those, like you said, the YouTube channel, those beatdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but they. Yeah,
They
they're
look
like
like-
generally uncomparable type enemies. Ones where you have to just make a decision who's going to win,
Yeah.
or it's a draw, because
Maybe that was
they're
the
always
thing.
portrayed as unbeatable. If you know what I mean.
Do you think this was a thing back then? This was like a talked about maybe potential fight. Like people had their favorite horror was either Jason or Freddy, and they're like, "Who do you think would win in a fight?" kind of thing.
Maybe.
So you had people on different sides.
No, there's definitely some stoners sitting around like, who would get
yeah.
out of this? So, oh fuck. Who else could you even bring in there? They're the two that are undead. The rest are just humans.
I feel like the crossovers, other than the superhero stuff, which is designed to beat it. Like, what kind of crossovers do you think have been successful that weren't designed to be a crossover?
How do you... What?
There are none.
What do you mean?
What crossovers?
I don't know any.
Well, Alien vs Predator wasn't designed to be a crossover.
But
Oh,
it
you mean
seems like
became
it
a
was.
crossover.
It became a crossover, and that was successful.
It's literally the only one that I can think of.
Like, unless you go vague, and then, like, you know how they just do
The Conjuring
Easter
stuff,
eggs?
I guess.
Like, where it's like, oh, this is in the
Yeah.
same world.
You got the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie.
Was that a crossover?
With
I thought that was already a comic, wasn't it?
I don't know, but it's got all the different like.
I know it has all the characters
Yeah.
from like other laws and stuff like that.
Which to me is a crossover because they weren't all originally one.
I thought the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was already based off of something that was a crossover. Not 100% sure on that one. Are you looking at it? Nope, you're on Neopets.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Protagonists are easier. Like, you can do something like, it's the one that's got Rambo in it, basically.
Rambo.
No. You love it. It's like just action.
Oh,
or
Expendables.
Expendables.
Yeah, I guess that was pretty successful, but it wasn't the characters, it was just actors, pretty much.
Don't know
You
what
just
else.
throw a bunch of washed
It's
up
hard
people
to make
together.
it, like, serious.
Yeah, I guess it's true. MCU is basically the only one that's done it, but they already planned to do it from the beginning.
King Kong, Godzilla.
Well, I guess that would be...
That's true.
We'll see that one soon
something.
enough. Yeah.
That was, that was a thing that happened.
It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, but
Well, unless you want to go to the old ones. You want,
if you go old.
Yeah.
You get cartoons. You got the Wild Thornberries with the Rugrats.
oh yeah,
Cartoons has got
Cartoons
a
is
trillion
no,
now.
yeah, that's different.
it counts.
Still funny.
All right.
Counts.
Hey, let's go back to the movie.
Frankenstein and the Wolfman.
Fuck off.
God.
Actually, I was looking forward to the Dark Universe that was going to start up, but the Mummy movie that came out didn't do well enough, so they cancelled it.
They were going to do the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
It was going to
all
be
that stuff,
those kinds of monsters, which would have been cool.
Sad. If they hadn't just called it The Mummy, if they'd done the Creature from the Black Lagoon first.
I think if
And
they
then
just
hinted at the Mummy?
they should have made it a little more clear.
No, I thought it was a fucking remake of The Mummy.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. That's what a lot of people thought. But when you watch the movie, you find out that the fucking Jekyll and Hyde guy is in there, and he's been hunting monsters.
Yeah.
It was built set up to be a cool crossover in the universe, but the movie just didn't do well enough.
It's because it was false advertising.
It didn't look like a. When you looked at it, I'm like, this does not
If
look
you
like
looked at-
Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
If you look at 30 seconds of cuts from the movie, I could guarantee you I would convince someone it's a sequel to The Mummy. Or a remake.
I feel like the tone just by itself.
If you watch the whole movie, yeah, you come out of it going, wait, this isn't part of The Mummy. But not if you just watch the trailers. If you just saw the trailers without listening to it, there's no way you're coming out of that thinking this isn't part of the Mummy franchise.
It was misleading as fuck.
Look, I thought it'd been long enough.
And it's,
Brendan Fraser's dead. All right, move on.
He's in that cool new show.
I've been watching. I watched the first episode or two of that.
It's out?
I guess.
Yeah, it's on Foxtel, I think.
Also, I'm just noticing that the girl from Ant-Man and the Wasp was in Freddy vs. Jason, and it's disturbing me.
Which one is it?
Third row down, second picture. She's in the green.
Wait, is that actually the Wasp girl?
Yeah.
She played an
But
extra.
quite a while ago.
Yeah, it's Evangeline.
Oh wait, yeah, I guess.
She was
yeah.
very young there.
I guess this movie is it 15 years
Yeah.
old, something 16 years old.
I'm glad that this helped her take off.
Yeah, this was really the.
I'd say this is it. This
They're like
this
that-
is a breaking point.
That background bitch in the green, yes, she's a wasp.
How do you know that's her?
It says Evangeline Lilly.
Oh my god, I see.
Well, there's not a lot to talk about specifically with the movie because it feels like a Freddy movie.
Yeah,
And we've done a review on a Freddy movie, and basically you do one review on a Freddy movie,
That's
and
why
you've done
I-
them all.
Pretty
thought we
much.
should pick a Jason movie, but
Fine, review the Jason side of this.
that you can't. He's not in it enough.
I think he's
Not
in this more
anything.
than you give him credit for. He's
in
a
it
lot
a
of
bit.
Jason.
Yeah.
I think it might not be 50-50, but it is still a lot of Jason.
Like
No, it
the
was
scene in the corn.
Yeah,
That's
That is all
definitely
Jason.
yeah, but
The start of the movie was Jason.
Yeah.
The lab area was crossing between Freddy and Jason stuff. Jason
If
Statham.
you literally cut out everything with just Jason, you could piece it together and be like, this is all just a Jason movie.
I
Or an episode.
suppose. An episode.
Well, it's not going to be movie feature length,
It's short.
obviously.
Yeah, those 3 minutes
Like,
of footage.
Jason,
Fuck off.
Jason kills the first. Oh, that's right. We figured it out. Jason kills everyone in this movie.
Freddy didn't get anyone?
We don't think.
Think
so.
about it.
I
Who
don't
did
think he
you?
does
I can't
I don't
remember.
think
I can't
Freddy
remember.
actually killed anybody in this
Because
movie.
every time he goes to kill someone,
Yeah, that was the whole premise why
Yeah.
he was pissed with Jason.
yeah, I don't think he actually kills anyone. Oh no, I
He
don't know.
take-
The stoner.
Oh wait,
'Cause
he does kill one.
He goes
He kills the
inside.
kid from the psychiatric ward. He burns the message into his back.
Oh,
that too.
yeah.
Is he actually dead?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
probably
he's,
dead.
he's dead.
All he did was burn his back and slash his face.
Yeah, I'd probably be like, fuck it, just take my soul.
But yeah, the
give up.
stoner
It hurts,
kid too,
burns
he jumps
hurt.
into.
Sorry?
He jumps inside that stoner kid.
He jumps inside him, but Jason kills that guy. So
So that's both of
that's a half.
That's
Yeah.
half.
That's a half victory.
So he gets a kill and a half.
Yeah.
That was that. He sets Jason loose to get his powers back and to kill kids, and he kills one person.
It's hard in this universe, though. You can take the fucking tablet and you just keep taking the tablet until you're an adult, and he can't get you anymore.
How do you get Jason?
Because Jason doesn't die, he just sleeps, I
in
guess.
hell. He was.
Yeah.
He found.
Oh,
him in
yeah, he
hell.
said I searched for
He
hell.
He
searched for
searched hell, but Jason was not dead, so...
He's not. His soul. His body's still there. I assume he rests. His soul is in hell. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
No, this
He
really
just kind of
doesn't make
comes back
sense.
every now and then.
Oh wait, he also killed that girl's mum. But that was technically a flashback.
That's a flashback, but I guess that's still a kill, but not.
That was beforehand, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was never really explained
No, that's why I was like...
because he doesn't usually kill adults,
Mm.
so it's weird.
How long ago was that kill?
Unless there was like one of the last movies and I'm not remembering it, and they brought some different law in that he can jump inside people's bodies, and that's where they got it for him for this.
He can.
I don't remember him
we have
jumping in-
seen him kind of manipulate people, haven't
Not
we?
in
before?
real life.
Not in the way... Oh, there's
He
that
made that guy walk off the building in the mental asylum.
Yeah. But that was a kid, though. His
Well,
dad...
kid, yeah, he made the kid do it, but it's not as jumping in the body and controlling him like that. But he did control them in the outside. And
Yeah,
made
but
him-
that's they kind of changed it up a bit in this, because in this one, when he was gonna cut the kid's throat in the beginning, the very beginning, the kid actually cut his own throat. That's generally not how it happens. Usually, it's just
happens.
a cut appears. So they did change things up a little bit.
yeah, they changed it up a little bit.
So yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if like the whole possession thing was new to Jason, a Freddy versus Jason, or there was a Freddy movie, a Nightmare on Elm Street movie that I don't remember the details to. That might explain why how he killed that mother.
Oh, by saying possessing
Unless the
dad.
mother was younger than 18.
Well, that's what I was. How long ago was that crash? It had to have been 4 years ago. Hey, because the guy saw it before he got sent up to West.
It couldn't have been there that long. She said they were 14.
Yeah, 4 years.
So
Maybe the mother was like-
he's can't be 18. It's a legal age.
He was.
Freddy
18.
can't get you at 18. So he's got to be 17 at the most.
I think he can.
Unless Freddy can get you up to 21.
Yeah,
It's America.
American.
I think he's come to Australia. And he's safe.
He's like, oh, this is fucked.
I found an interesting list, which is on topic for Halloween month. Who do you think has the most kills overall with all their movies between Freddy, Michael, and Jason? This is a list from 2009, though, so anything after that is not included.
If you're talking about on-screen kills,
Just kills in their movies, that, like, from them.
Jason.
no, you look at Freddy's body, and he's got like not hundreds of heads, but all these different.
Oh,
Heads from the
no, we're
people
not
he's
including
killed.
those
They're
heads.
probably talking.
Yeah, but that's not on screen. But they're his kills. He's killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about,
It's probably Jason.
Freddy, before he died, he killed dozens of kids.
I
That's
think it's
true.
going
Are they
on
counting
screen.
them? Oh, if they're talking about on screen.
Yeah, if it's on screen,
I think
it's probably Freddy, just a sheer amount of movies.
I think
Jason in space.
Jason has
He
10
fucking-
movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Freddy only has 7.
Yeah.
Alright, so it says here Freddy Krueger killed 35 people over 8 films with an average of 4.4. Michael Myers killed 94 people in 10 films with an average of 9.4. And Jason killed 146 people in 12 films, which was an average of 12.2. He likes to kill.
The funny thing is, I can
Yeah,
only
but he
picture him
does it in
killing
short
like.
spurts. Like when you see Jason, they're the times that he's actually active. While you don't always see everything Freddy's done in the movies, it's not showing you every waking moment that he's doing stuff. So
Just the cornfield, the party scene.
That was a lot of people.
Jason killed like 7 people there. Like,
Yeah.
one, why aren't they running? Were they trying to fight him? It looked like people were trying
Yeah,
to
they
fight
were trying
him.
to fight him. They thought he was just
someone
some
trying
hick.
to put the fire out?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first.
Oh no, I think the guy was just scared throwing shit at him.
Yeah.
It looked like he was trying to put the fire out with beer.
Yeah.
Freddy made the most money, like movie-wise.
Oh really? How
Yeah,
much?
he earned an average of 42 million per film, and the others were at 38 million. So it's not by much,
Close.
but it's interesting. He was very consistent.
I'd say it's actually interesting that Halloween did that well. I always thought it was so much the weaker one out of all of them. Like, out of the three, obviously, but not by much.
This person's so biased.
Why? What are they saying?
Just
We're
they're
not biased, by the way.
picking the same one for everything. Oh, this person thinks that.
This person, it's the internet.
It's someone.
Internet people.
It's someone's website. Okay, so Jason was killed 3 times. Freddy was
Over 12
killed
movies.
2 times, and Michael Myers was killed once.
Freddy was killed every movie. Technically,
Well, it says not quite.
I guess what defines killing?
he was stopped and laid to rest in a sense.
Freddy was killed once.
Technically,
That's true.
The same for Jason, technically.
technically, Freddy was killed twice now because he was brought back to life in this by getting taken out.
Yeah, but that's happened before too. That's like the reason they use that is because that was a way that they've killed him in the past.
I do like the ending of this. With just Freddy giving that little wink to the camera.
I had to line up the second one.
Potential second one.
There is a second one.
Is there?
Yeah,
What? No, it's not.
there is.
We just looked. There was going to be Ash, but it never
No,
happened.
there's a Freddy vs Jason too.
What?
No, there's not. Unless it's a
That's-
YouTube-made thing.
Swear there is.
Has to be YouTube. Or
They
a
could
porn
just
parody.
use
Oh, I
what
hope
parody?
it's a porn parody.
Oh god!
Let it be.
But they still use the original Freddy actor.
Yeah,
Cast.
the amount of people
He's
that
like,
would
I'll
watch
reprise
that.
my role. I'll take one for the team.
Oh my god, when Freddy was pretending to be that girl's dad and he went in for the tongue kiss, he was so into that actor. Like, my god, he tried to get his tongue in her mouth.
Yeah.
It was weird because the dad already had that vibe.
Right?
The whole time.
The rapey vibe
No, maybe it didn't happen.
happened in your
But
dreams.
you like
That was a
that?
trailer I probably saw. Because I swear it was
It's probably a fan-made.
Yeah.
You could probably piece together from all their movies another movie. You just crudely chop it all together.
It's worth it. Someone should do it. Not me, but someone.
Like, what's the guy that plays Freddy? I've seen his
Robert Englund.
England or whatever it is. He needs to get like really high resolution 3D scans in costume and out of costume, so we can have future Freddy movies when he
Yeah,
dies.
that's what I was thinking.
For the
like-
sake of Freddy.
Because, like, I didn't mind the other guy, but it just wasn't the same.
Like,
Obviously, Jason can be played by anyone.
wouldn't you love
Yeah.
playing a VR game in the future? It's like hyper realistic, and then suddenly Freddy pops into it.
I thought I'd get the play as Freddy.
No. Freddy's like, he's just free in the fucking virtual realm.
That's creepy.
He can just pop up in any game.
Okay, so
Any game.
it's Red Dead Redemption, and you put your character to sleep in the hotel, but instead of the sleep, like skipping time animation, you're in a dream.
Yeah.
You gotta run from Freddy.
Yeah, on your horse. And your horse keeps running you into trees.
God fucking damn it. Truly is a nightmare. Alright, what did you think overall of the acting in this?
It's what I expected.
Yeah.
Well, Freddy's Freddy. He's
Yeah, he's-
exactly what you would expect of a Freddy.
Jason
On
Jason
point.
is Jason.
Yeah.
Is fucking
His
super
dialogue
Jason.
was spot on.
Was he played by the original Jason?
I don't think anyone's ever played by the original Jason.
I thought Jason was played by the same person.
I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty sure the original Jason was a chick.
Well, it was the mother, but... wait, did I go back to...
What was the killer's name in the first one?
His mum.
No, what the killer's name? As in, like, he was the Springfield slasher or some shit.
Sounds like The Simpsons.
No, what was it? The something field slasher was Freddy.
Oh, Springfield then, I think.
Oh, okay,
Maybe.
all right.
Springfield.
And what was before there was a number 2? Technically, there's no Jason. Jason doesn't exist yet. She was the killer, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah. Jason is the second movie.
Yeah. So what is?
No, I
what
don't
is
think there
she?
was a
What is she?
name.
No name.
I think
No, because it only just happened, eh?
yeah, the first movie was them, the kids killing Jason in the lake,
Yeah.
And then the mum going on a rampage and then killing the mum.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I don't think there was actually a name for the killer.
Okay. No, not mentioned in the second one?
Don't know. I don't remember that much.
Because, like, a lot of slasher movies love to go back to the police where they talk about things.
I think they're just the camp, whatever it's called.
Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake.
The
Crystal Lake
Killer
killings.
or something, yeah.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Crystal Lake Killings.
But didn't have any problems with anyone? No one stood out to you?
No.
It's you can't pick too hard on the teens acting because it's teen slasher acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally
on point teen
meant to
slasher
be
acting.
this.
Um,
I kind of felt like the boyfriend, I guess.
Which one?
Will.
Is that his name?
a
one
bit
in the-
lacking.
Yeah, he felt, I don't know, a bit try-hardy, maybe. Like,
He was doped up on special needs drugs.
it's
Special
true.
needs drugs.
I know, he did a lot of the blinking and looking down thing that like just kept being used. And once I noticed it once, I couldn't stop noticing
It's
it.
to make him a heartthrob.
I know, I think that's probably what it is. It's the heartthrob thing.
It's
Okay,
'cause
I
you're
didn't
jealous.
get heartthrob from him. I got pathetic, worthless slug.
Psycho killer.
Like, if it wasn't for the other geeky guy, I would have put him in that role.
Yeah.
Look, I can't fault them. I think it felt like
Especially
a
the three
typical
chicks.
slasher movie.
The three chicks definitely felt like slasher movie chicks.
Yeah, the stereotypes.
What about, did you feel comfortable with the fact how the cop joined the Scooby Gang?
Yes.
Did that make sense to you, or did it feel...
That felt weird at first because he just walks in there and it's like, I'm here to help.
That, yeah, but then at least he explained is like the van was out the front, which they probably were
Yeah,
looking
but,
for them.
I don't know how to explain it to me why it felt weird. It's more the whole. He didn't believe in the Freddy side of things, but he's like, I'm here to help.
Well, didn't he not know about Freddy? No one would say anything.
No, he knew something was going on and they kept saying, oh, we'll take it from here. Don't you worry about it. Like, leave it alone. And he was like, fuck you guys. I
Yeah,
want to
so
know.
he looked into it.
Yeah. He
That
was just
whole
nosy.
scene when he walks in, the walking in part didn't throw me. The whole readily believing in supernatural.
Yeah,
That
he was
was-
just on board.
But how else are you going to make this crossover happen?
But also, wouldn't
Like,
you be
you
a little
can't take
willing to
days.
bend your beliefs when the whole force...
Yeah, but he never saw anything.
Yeah, I know, but the whole force...
Yeah, I know.
that, like,
it
yeah.
seems just weird.
Yeah.
But you're a police officer.
and he just.
Well, he did say copycat.
Yeah, and then when they're like, he's not a copycat, and he's just like, oh, okay, I'm up for this. Supernatural, alright.
He
It's a
didn't-
small town. He's fucking bored. The big boys won't let him in on the secrets. He's like, fine, I won't play with the big boys. I'll go hang out with the kids.
The other thing is, how'd they get out of town? Because they boarded off the town pretty much.
Did they? Did
They
they
ever
quarantine?
leave town? Oh, wait, they did.
They said
Yeah, they
Probably
drove...
like-
They said they've like blocked cordon off the town so
Yeah.
no one can get in or out.
Camp Crystal Lake is in Springfield.
It's just next to the
Prove
post
me wrong,
office.
kids.
It's just next to Elm Street. Just one street over.
And Haddonfield.
That's just a fucking horrible city or town to live in. It's just constant murders.
If that's the case, that's the only one I can't explain because they don't even have the cop with them at that point.
Yeah, that's
to,
what I
like,
was
get
just
them through.
thinking.
Unless it's just a small town block off and they just fucking drove through it.
Yeah.
Sure. They were very serious on not getting this out, but they're not going to block the town properly.
It's true, but they weren't serious enough. They kept them alive. If you were serious
What
about
car
not getting
were
it
they
out,
just
Yeah, I
in-
would've killed the kids.
Were they just in a van?
Yeah, they were in the
Yeah.
van.
Just it was a done up, like a band van.
Yeah.
They had black paint and graphics all over it.
Maybe
Kids
they
are
got out
sneaky.
before it was all cordoned off.
No, it's definitely after the cordon off because
Small town. Maybe like not enough cops to cordon
Yeah,
it all
plus,
off at once.
like, if you're used to sneaking off to, like, parties and raves out in the cornfields and that, you
Yeah.
probably know a way out.
yeah,
it's probably a way out.
yeah, that's true.
Cops are dumb.
Like, I'm assuming it's a hole in the plot because they didn't tell us how they got out. They didn't
don't
explain.
They
that.
did well
Like,
explain
you can
other things.
assume how they could have, but that's not up to us. They should tell us that.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, it's kind of a plot hole.
Because it did have to jump around some locations, but they were pretty good at least giving you details on why that kind of happened.
Yeah, it's so weird that
But-
it's like, let's go to Camp Crystal Lake. Like this, giving home ground advantage. Like Alright. For the whole crossover, it's okay, because you want to see these epic fights, and in that location...
To be
all
fair,
cool.
I would be
But
on
in
the
real
side
life,
of Jason as well.
Would you do that?
I would
I'd
be
just
on his
like,
side.
No, I'd just be like, sign me up for the drugs, buddy, and I'm moving state.
Right?
Get me now, Jason.
Can they make them fast enough? Because the guy got rid of all of them.
Yeah, what a cunt. I'm assuming there's got to be some somewhere. There has to be some somewhere.
Well, the father had a little jar of it at home at his house.
Kill that
did
guy.
too.
Kill that. I would kill all the other kids and pretend that they died from the killers and take the drugs for myself.
I would've just
You want to be
left it
careful
down.
though. It might put you in a coma where you're stuck with Freddy.
No, I'm pretty sure once they're in the coma, they weren't stuck with him.
Are we sure about that? We
Yeah.
sure Freddy's
I
not
don't think
just
you
chill?
dream in a coma.
Not
You're
one.
basically brain dead, aren't you?
No.
I thought people have been known to dream in comas.
Yeah, but those comas were brought on by taking too much of that drug, which suppresses dreams.
I
Yeah,
think
they're
that's when
probably
they were
dead.
learning what quantities to give people.
Yeah.
Like, you only need enough to not dream. Like, you don't need enough to fucking comatose you. So
Also, it's
just a
definitely
little bit.
it's definitely a small town because that lab had one security guard.
I just fuck that. No, if Freddy comes to me, I'll make a deal. I'll fucking spread the word.
That's what I said I would do.
Fuck you all.
So you're a social media influencer then?
Yeah, I'm a Freddy influencer.
You're like, hey, if you don't kill me, I'll tell all my subscribers.
That's basically what that tosser was when he went to the school. She's like trying to remember the name.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, let's spread the fear.
I know, he really did.
That's why I'm putting it out there. He's the one that
Gospel of
dies.
Freddy.
The Gospel of Freddy. Like, how strong can he actually get?
Yeah, probably get pretty fucking strong.
I do like when he's trying to kill the guy and he's like, not strong enough.
Yeah. It explains why he never got out of the town, though. It's because the cops fucking
Oh, yeah.
caught on and quarantined him, basically.
How big is that town?
Big enough that a couple of kids missing isn't the end of the world.
But not big enough for the two of them.
Really?
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
That was funnier than I gave it credit.
No, it wasn't. It was just the right amount of credit for how funny.
Alright, what about what about the effects? Because I love the prosthetics, but the CGI is dated.
Yeah. Prosthetics, great.
Still looks pretty good.
Yeah, I had no problems with it, actually.
There's a lot of blood.
Actually.
Lots of blood.
Yeah.
It's a Freddy and Jason movie.
Yeah, but it seemed like it was almost like, what do you call it? Like Tarantino levels of blood.
What about the poor nerdy kid that died in the most benign way in a slasher film? He got stabbed by a fucking shelf
Out of all the things, that thing I felt.
2 inches deep into him, and then he bled out because it must have hit an artery.
Yeah, everyone else got killed in weird ways in that movie. I'm like, oh yeah, him hitting that fucking shelf piece.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I could feel that one.
Yeah, that one fucking sucked.
the
Oh,
worst
it's
one.
still making me like, ew.
At least his soul is free.
True.
Who survived?
Just the
Just
two,
the pair.
the couple
That's right.
with the wimpy ass guy. Look, I know he got
And
slashed
Freddy
along
and
the
Jason.
back. Oh yeah, I guess they survived as well. So we don't know who won.
We're the real winners, though. We got to see this.
What's your favorite kill?
Oh.
Because I think I do like the snapping of the bed. Just the
Pretty
start.
gruesome,
Well,
eh?
Yeah, that one's great. Because like the stabbing,
You see all the guts and like intestines and everything coming out
Yeah.
past where he's stabbed, like through the hole in the bed.
yeah,
That was fucked up.
it was unnecessary. It was great.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. It was totally unnecessary. All that to show was blood pooling and a knife. And no, like they went the extra mile and showed organs coming out. It's great.
Yeah, my favourite's the one where in the cornfield, Freddy's about to kill the girl,
That one, yeah,
and
that's
then
good.
there's just a hole in her chest
Yeah,
from where
The whole like, she's mine, mine.
Jason just stabs her through the other guy.
You know, they had a stunt man for that raver that he threw.
really?
Yeah. So what did it say? Raving stuntman or something?
Raver stunt.
Raving stuntman.
Ooh, that's a pretty good kill.
You trying to think about them?
Yeah.
I think my favourite is probably Freddy's own hand coming through his chest.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's good scene. But what about kill? Because I'm going separate with those.
Well, he sort of died a little bit.
Nah, he was still good.
I don't know. Oh, actually, Kelly Rowland getting fucking slammed into that tree. It was so aggressive.
How come he didn't cut like everyone else he hit with that blade? He cut in half. When he hit her with it, she just went flying.
Hit
A
her with
really
the flat
strong
side.
underwire bra.
Hit her with the flat side. Jesus Christ.
It's her underwire bra. It's so fucking thick.
so supportive.
Yeah. Actually, another good throwing through the air thing was the glow stick rapist.
Yeah, we were just saying.
He went a long way. And
He
then
went.
who
He
else?
went a long way.
And yeah, obviously the geek getting slammed into the spike. They were all really good throws.
Good
really
throws.
Good throws.
Favorite throw.
Favorite throw. That should be a thing of our movies.
Favorite
going
throw?
forward. What was your favorite throw in the movie?
If it wasn't for the snapping, it would be because I like the gruesomeness of when Freddy tranks him.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy just
yeah.
gets cleaned in half.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That was good.
Should we go favorite, least
Actually,
favorite?
that may be my favorite kill then.
What? When he
Yeah.
gets cut in
Cleaved
half?
in half. Just
Actually, it was satisfying the way that his top half fell upside
Yeah.
down. There was something about the landing of that where I was like, ooh, nice.
All right. What's your least favorite scene?
I've got a list.
You've got a list.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's only to do with the boyfriend. I pretty much did not like him.
I don't like the caterpillar that smokes.
I love the fucking caterpillar.
Hate the caterpillar that smokes.
The Alice in Wonderland,
Yeah.
But
Wonderland
that's,
ripoff.
that
Yeah.
means you hate the cat, the kid, because Freddy plays off of the personality and traits of his victims.
I just didn't like
That guy was like Jason.
like the thing sliding under the door and breathing in his face, and I don't know. And I didn't love the prosthetics for that one thing.
Oh yeah,
No, that CGI for that was yeah.
not great.
I didn't like
It was
when
ambitious.
when they were like, "Oh, we should go and talk to our friend. He's the one who knows the most about Jason." And they go from being about Freddy, and they go from being really chill about it to like racing over there, all panicked, just in time to see him catch fire and get slashed and stuff. And it's like they just stand at the window and scream.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, go in the house, cunts.
Help him.
Right?
He may not actually be dead.
Like he's laying there and he's asleep and nothing's even happened yet, and they're just like, "Hey, wake up! Go inside!"
What about when he... Oh, I don't understand when he's like, "Help me," and he's clearly talking to them.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awake at the time, but still getting
How is
tortured.
he getting hurt?
I don't know. We've seen it before though.
Yeah,
Like, Freddy's real powerful then.
Yeah, there must be like a
probably
certain
because
limit.
they're all screaming and terrified.
Oh, though his fear of Freddy is pretty high, I suppose. He's
Yeah.
known
he's-
Freddy for a while.
Yeah,
Since
What
he was
else?
14.
Freddy killed his brother.
yeah.
Oh, when they spend like 10 minutes setting that jetty on fire, and then they set off. Then they set off the explosion, and then after the explosion, the jetty's like still there, intact, with a little bit of fire here and there.
Yeah, there
It's
was
like,
some dumb things
really?
like that.
The
Yeah,
jetty-
but a lot of accelerants won't actually, like, make it completely burn out.
I thought that damaged it a little bit though.
because the explosion was off the jetty.
No, I know, but I didn't expect it to blow out the rest of the fire and make it look weird. I don't know. It just looked stupid.
Fair enough.
Also, why can Jason swim at the end?
He didn't swim.
He did.
He stood up.
He just walks out of there all casual like with his
That's 'cause
new handbag.
He fell to the bottom
Yeah.
and walked along.
It doesn't make sense.
That's what he does.
But then why was he drowning in the nightmare?
Because he's
'Cause
scared of
yeah.
water.
Yeah, but then he's not anymore.
He got used to it eventually.
Desensitized.
And the only other thing,
When he realizes he's not drowning, you're not scared.
the whole scene when Jason is impaled on those little spikes and Freddy's just trying to like drop shit onto him and that thing swinging around, that whole thing is dumb.
I
It's
like
pretty
that.
dumb, but I like it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I like how he tries to push the thing and just stops.
Like, I'm biased in that area. If I saw it in something else, I'd probably think it's pretty fucking dumb. But I did like that. So.
Yeah, but like when he falls down there, instead of just like Jason stabbing him with the pole he rips out of himself, he waits and tries to do it with his machete.
he was still trying to pull the things out of him.
There's no time for that.
This time clearly.
This guy isn't the brightest guy in the world.
That's
Yeah.
unfair. You know he's special. You saw his face.
I did see his face, unfortunately.
He sees his face every time he looks in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a dig at you, but alright.
I know. It was my best role.
Child Jason.
All
Alright, what's your favourite scene?
Ping pong, ping pong, pinball.
Yours is ping pong?
Pinball.
Mine's the pinball one's pretty funny. Mine's the reaction from the stoner in the field when
He snaps his neck, or
no, he snaps his neck and then he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" He just gets his alcohol, throws it on him, and lights him up.
I love
that's what I was
that.
going to point out. I was going to say there was some good moves made by like some of the teenagers in this movie.
That's a great.
Other
move.
than the first guy, that guy is huge. Why would you tell him to go fuck a pig?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
He's twice their size.
I know.
I actually love that scene where it's like the top-down view and he's on fire and he's setting the whole field on
yeah.
fire
Yeah.
as he walks. That looks really cool.
But what the fuck is wrong with that kid zigzagging through the field? He could have got out so much easier.
Yeah, but
Some
he's
corn's harder than
lost.
others.
He's
He's like,
lost.
tush, tush, like just turning left and right, getting knocked with corn. Like, you fucking run, man. You're running. Fuck the corn.
Look, grabbing Jason, like putting him in the van, is questionable, but they did use duct tape, and I was very happy about that because I don't care how strong you are, duct tape it ain't easy to break out of.
I did find it odd that when she went into the dream world, though, that
Ah.
she felt the need to like spoon Jason.
Have you tried sleeping, sitting in a car? Right, it's fucked.
Yeah, but she's like, all right, I'm going to go into the dream world now, and she lays down touching him. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, would you? And I think he would smell atrocious.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Maybe she's into that.
Maybe.
Shout out to the mouth-to-mouth scene.
Oh, yeah, that creeped me out.
Okay, you got to give her credit where credit is due. Ain't no one ever doing that.
If I was that kid, I would use that excuse as well.
Yeah, I had asthma since I was 6, and I don't have good
So
lungs.
I'm not gay. Yeah, you do it.
That would have been better.
Yeah, but her response could have been, I'm not either. And then that's it. That's
shit.
it.
I think
Actually-
there's so many to name, but I
It's water coming from nowhere. Who's
Yeah, I
giving
know.
someone mouth to mouth?
they should get that magical water.
Turn him on his side.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just turn him over.
The putting Freddy out the window and then like destroying the cabin with Freddy's body.
So
I always loved it.
unnecessary.
That one always stood out to me.
I do like the moment that he realizes the gas bottles will fly when he hits them.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
The joy in his little
Oh,
dead
that's
face.
pure Freddy.
Yeah.
that's just like I was saying when we we're watching. I'm like, it's in a video game when you realize you can do something, and then he gets the double hit. It's good. Hits him right into the perfect place too.
Yep.
What is that place there anyway?
It's a quarry.
Just on this,
Where they were fighting.
yeah.
It's where the camp used to be.
So it's
It's Camp Crystal Lake.
just a couple of houses and that thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were rebuilding the looks
Okay.
of it there. There was a sign saying under development or something.
Oh, okay. That's cool then.
But they fucked that up.
It burnt down a house. That's it's all good.
Also, they didn't, this is another issue. They set all the propane stuff on fire and then they did not run fast enough. Not at all fast enough for my liking. If you're setting a fire next to all those gas bottles, you are fucking lagging.
Oh yeah, I'd be out of there, man.
And I don't run.
Just the shrapnel alone scares me.
Right?
Not the fire.
I don't know. Just hit the ground. Like get down and just hope for the best.
That shockwave would scare the crap
Yeah,
out
the
of me.
shockwave is that's pretty deadly.
Grab a body and get under it.
Grab a body.
Human shields. They don't mind when they're already dead.
Yeah,
Let's get under Jason.
there was a few. Actually, pretty much the whole fight scene with them on the jetty, just laying. Oh wait, no, Freddy throwing knees. When did he learn to fight?
Oh, when he jumps up onty his shoulders, he's like,
Starts doing like a downwards elbow and shit like that. I'm like, is this Tony Jaa? What the fuck?
What about the three-piece attack where he's like jumps up, knees him,
Yeah.
he lowers a little bit.
Yeah.
Jumps up, knees him, lowers a little bit, hits him in the back, lowers
Right?
him more. It's like bringing down a tower, basically.
God, he was efficient.
The frustration when he's got the machete and he's like hacking at Jason's back.
Oh, and there's bits and chunks
Yeah.
of him flying everywhere, and
Why
it's
won't
like,
you
oh,
die?
Pretty much.
it's pretty good.
It's a good movie.
I feel like this is going high on the list.
It's high on my list.
I feel like it's gonna be top 5.
Oh fuck!
I'm serious.
Like, all right.
And I never thought that we'd be these people,
Look,
but we
I'm
are.
a sucker for cameos.
Yeah.
Freddy and Jason being those cameos.
Yeah, I like
Evangeline Lilly is the cameo.
Well, that just... Yeah, that was a pretty good cameo. I can't believe I didn't spot that. I'm ashamed.
Only real fans of the genre can spot that kind of thing. Well, I think it's time to rate.
Let's rape it.
That's not what I said.
Well, anyone have any last final thoughts that they need to get out?
What have you been holding back? Afraid to say in front of us?
Did you say your favourite? That was the ping pong,
Ping pong.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pinball.
Pinball.
Also, how much force did he hit Jason against that fucking... What'd you call it? The weird pipe
the
and...
spinny, like the...
Yeah, when he bent the wheel,
doorknob.
like, back again. Like,
Yeah, a lot.
like, I mean, tons.
Yeah. Like, yeah, there's a fair bit of pressure.
I did like him throwing him with a thrust.
The thrust.
Yeah. When he... Yeah.
The
that
little
was-
thrust.
That was a weird little thing.
What brought him out of the dream world?
She pulled him out.
She
No,
realised
not
that
him.
she can
I
grab
meant
it.
Jason. He just woke up, eh?
He woke up. Oh, he woke up and then the car, the van crashed.
Oh,
and he
that's
got,
right,
He
yeah.
perfectly got thrown out.
Yeah, what made him wake up, though? I feel like something happened.
No, the shit was wearing off. They had no more...
Yeah.
True.
He doesn't even have a circulatory system. How does a trank work?
He kind of has one. We saw his body coming back together in the beginning.
It barely came together.
We saw the lungs. He
You
has
saw
lungs.
all his organs.
Not the most important one, though.
Fucking hell. His skin, right?
His skin. That's what I was... That kind of came back. He's got a bit of an orc look to him, though.
Yeah, he's...
You know, his ears.
And one closed
good.
eye.
And one close eye. Props to the blood. That's my final thoughts. So much blood.
There's a lot of blood.
Blood was great.
Alright.
All right, what's critical?
Critical. Ooh, shit, son. Alright, so I don't think I can rate it critically as high as I did the other Freddy movie. The other Freddy movie has a fucking great soundtrack.
I know when this movie starts up and that blood splashes saying Freddy versus Jason, there's some sick metal going on in it, and I fucking love that.
They did a really good job at putting Jason's weird sound
Yeah.
in amongst all the other music in this.
Yeah, they're using their themes was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so.
I have like a huge appreciation though for an awesome soundtrack in a movie. And that just wasn't there.
That's
It was
because
the action, it was the fun. That was the draw.
But remember, there's a difference between the soundtrack and the score. And this movie, I think, when things changed, the score went along with it, and you kind of got
I know.
you got that feeling of what was going to happen purely from the music alone.
Yeah, but you get that in like Nightmare on Elm Street, like the one we did 3 or 4.
Yeah, you do.
You have a great score and a great soundtrack, and they complement each other. It moves from an awesome like riff in a generally known song into that type of score that you're talking about, which is basically guiding you on how to feel about a scene.
Yeah.
And they always do well in Nightmare on Elm Street with the score, but they used to have really good soundtracks too. So I don't know if I can.
This one was
quite
heavy.
as high,
It's
because
heavier.
Yeah, it is, and like I definitely in everywhere, like the prosthetics, the humor.
Yeah.
Where there's supposed to be humor, the fight scenes, like they're all choreographed well for the movie.
It was weird, but it was fun.
Yeah, but like it's a playoff of like the humor in Freddy. If it was Jason versus someone else like Michael Myers, it wouldn't have been a humorous fight sequence.
No, definitely
It
not.
would have been different, that's for sure. So yeah, I give him credit for keeping the humor there without going ridiculously overboard. I'm glad there was only one pinball scene, because that was
Great.
probably the upper limit of my humor
It was
taste.
so
Yeah.
unnecessary.
It was.
The-
That's the
It
limit.
wouldn't have worked without the sound effects behind it.
Nah, it wouldn't. But that's
No, if anything, I think the sound effects is what makes it.
okay.
No, that's what makes it like B grade there because of that sound effects.
No,
I suppose
If anything, Freddy just going
about
and moving him around was all fine. That's Freddy
That's what
trying to
I
kill
thought.
you. When you hear the ping pong sound,
The
fucking ping pong,
pinball.
the pinball sound, you're like, okay,
but
I
that's,
see
that's
what you.
iconic Freddy.
I feel like Freddy did that to be a fuck.
Yeah,
He
obviously.
was like, you
'Cause
little
generally-
ball of shit.
He wouldn't be able to do that with someone. Like, they would probably be dead already.
Yeah,
that would've
he
been
had
much
a lot
long
of fun
time.
with it.
So he had fun.
It had a purpose. The purpose was interesting.
You're right. I didn't like the boyfriend. His acting, even for a slasher, I found him annoying.
He was annoying, and not like I want this character to get killed annoying. Other than I did want him to get killed. It felt like he didn't even have the chops to do that, which there's not much. Like, it wasn't exactly a demanding role. But then it might be what you said, where they're like, you're the heartthrob of this.
Yeah.
You're the romance. Like, fuck
I
off.
got the sense he was meant to be very mild and just meant to be pretty, which he wasn't.
He's not that great.
No, but for the time and for the kind of movie it is, they would have been like, ooh, yeah. Whereas I look at it and I'm like, I'd rather
They're like, you
fuck
look
Freddy.
close enough to Freddie
Rather
Prinze.
Fuck Freddy.
He's got a personality. Come on.
Well, that's true. He does.
It's not about looks.
You didn't want Blake?
Who?
Balake.
Falake.
Yeah. Pronounce his name right, please.
Ooh, I don't know.
Does anyone know their score?
What did I give Freddy? Nightmare on Elm Street 3 or 4, whatever it was. I think I
Eight.
gave that
It was
4.5.
4,
you
I
gave
think.
you gave it 8 all up, so
A 4.
probably a 4.
It
and
was
a 4.
4 each way, I think.
I'm giving this a 4 for critical.
Again, I know you hate it, but we need the 0.25s.
You want 4.25?
No, I would have been 3.75.
Because you're thinking of it like, you know how other people review movies and they're like, this is dumb, it shouldn't be that high, kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, it's dumb in that sense, but it wasn't written dumbly. Do you know what I mean? It made it. There's only a couple of things that were like, this part didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And we're basing it on the genre. Like, this is not for, alright, if you watch rom-coms, you don't look at an 8 movie and being like, I'm going to enjoy this 8. No, it's if you're a horror fan and you know the genre and stuff like that, you're like, oh, okay, this is an 8 in like that area. I would put this in comedy horror more than I would put it in horror.
It's definitely more comedy than the other Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Definitely.
And I'm trying to take that into consideration. But
It's definitely comedy for a Friday the 13th movie.
it's very comedy.
It's very comedy for a Friday the 13th movie.
Which is why I get that you didn't actually see it as a Jason movie.
Except for all the scenes where Jason's in it. Weren't very funny.
Yeah, all the scenes of Jason in it are
Couple of
all
bits, like-
brutal. Like,
Yeah, they're brutal, but like when he spins his neck and the guy's
oh yeah,
reaction,
that's a weird one.
like that's where the humor is.
Yeah.
Like, because in the first movies, when they first came out and slashers were becoming big, that was probably shocking. But by like the third and fourth, people started watching it and being like, oh, like laughing at things kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Even when it wasn't typically portrayed as funny, like you start being desensitized to it. But yeah, there's definitely a lot more humor in this than there is a typical Friday the 13th. It's hard. Alright, I guess 4's probably 3.5 feels too low, so I've got to go with 4.
But is 4 because like it feels safe or it feels comfortable? Like, why 4?
3.7.
Like, well, alright, where does it lose points?
I'm not as impressed. It didn't make an impact. The soundtrack didn't make an impact on me,
Okay.
and I like that in a slasher and a horror. Soundtrack is very important to me. And even just the What do you call the other part
What?
of the sound? The
Score.
score.
See, for me, I thought it did. I thought like it sets up every scene, and they do well putting their themes in there.
Yeah, that felt like they jimmied them in.
Jimmy,
Like, squished them in.
like everything to do with Freddy was always to be like kind of fun, but also Freddy, the scary in the Freddy way, and everything to do with Jason had the Jason theme, or it was real quiet and real creepy. Like, so I mean, I feel like they did well merging two different kind of genre styles
maybe it's
together.
just they didn't have enough time. Like, maybe you needed an extra half an hour.
Yeah, maybe.
To really dive into each character a little better. But
Like the movie, if you watch this movie by itself, it did a pretty good
watch
job
it by itself.
No, but I mean, it did a good job explaining Freddy and Jason's backstories,
Oh, yeah.
as well as
Yeah.
showing everything else.
I have to give credit for the way they rolled through Freddy's back catalogue of scenes.
Ah, yeah, that was
They
good
didn't
too.
do just a remake of his history.
No,
Yeah.
They did a little with the bottling where they threw the Molotovs through.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that was actual new footage.
Wait, no. Isn't
No.
that already in one of them?
That might have been from the
A later one, isn't it?
the new one. No, it can't be the new
No,
one.
no, no, no.
No, I think they just recreated that scene for the
Maybe.
sake of brevity.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they did a flashback of all the previous movies, like not all the
Yeah,
movies, but most of the movies. And that I appreciated that, and that gave you a good rundown for someone who hasn't seen Freddy. What did you think? You would have seen a whole bunch of stuff that you'd be like, "What the fuck was that from?"
I mean, basically, because I realized when I started watching this, I'm like, oh, I've seen this.
Yeah,
And
certain characters.
I almost think that this was probably the first I had seen of Freddy properly, like, because I remember renting this. So it was a bit weird because obviously I've seen a couple of Freddy things now, and I'm kind of like, oh, that's what his whole vibe is.
Yeah,
So I think looking at this, it was kind of like, oh, like that is something that's kind of, it gives you a bit of a taste of both. But I guess for any, like if you saw this and you hadn't seen anything from Freddy or Jason, I feel
you
like
don't think that was enough information?
well, actually, I feel like it was, and I feel like if anything, it would be a bit of a push to see the other movies. Like, hey, if
yeah.
you like this, if you like this, go and see the rest of the story. Like,
Yeah.
see how we got to this point.
Like for Jason, it was more about how Freddy portrayed his mum.
Yeah,
Um,
and I've never seen that one with his mum.
yeah,
I saw the same 3 ones over and over. So
so not the original.
no.
The runtime of an hour, fucking pretty much an hour 30, hour 40, they were able to get two of the biggest horror icons, like,
Run through their history.
through their history, their backstory was done well. And it wasn't like when we watched
That's why I felt it was a little rushed. Like,
the recent Freddy we watched, and the only back part you heard was when they were walking up to the house.
Yeah, that was
And they're
weird.
like, yeah, you know, Freddy, he killed some people. It's like,
yeah.
I think the more I think about it, they did merge the two stories together really
That's
well.
what I was trying to say.
Like,
But-
the more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, they did, like, pretty fucking well getting them to smush together.
Yeah.
Like, he is just a mindless killing machine, and he was brought back to do a purpose, and then he's, like, a bit of a big dumb animal that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kills, and Freddy's like, oh, shit, like, I
He
should
used
do
his mum.
something.
He directed him
Yeah.
where to go, set him free, and then he couldn't stop him, basically.
Yeah.
Because he's an unstoppable killing machine. You set him on the path, basically.
And I enjoy that. Like, I like the fact that Freddy was obviously arrogant enough to be like, haha, like, Jason's nothing compared to me. I can tell him what to do.
Yeah.
And then he was like, fuck, no, I can't. Look at this idiot. Like, he's ruining my kills.
Yeah.
So I like that whole dynamic. I don't know. I really can't fault this movie as much as I thought I could. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I
Well,
think for me, it's just the CGI is
It's definitely-
dated.
yeah.
Look, if you're looking at it purely critically, they rush through some things and there's a couple of plot holes.
Yeah.
But it's partially a comedy, and in which case
It
you
gets some
often
points.
often overlook a lot of those things in a comedy because it wasn't taking those portions seriously anyway.
But a lot of the stuff was the traveling, because we had the location of the lab, the cornfield, the house, the school, and like they kind of just, you know, some movies have some of that traveling stuff in there. For this, it just didn't have any of that. It was just fast travel to location kind of thing.
They could have got to locations differently. Like, they could have done something, because Jason obviously knew how to get here. He walked here himself, apparently.
Yeah.
Right?
So
So
the
they
road.
could have done something else, like in his dreams, he was manipulated, and potentially he felt like the main chick saved him, and he, like, because he's kind of emotional as well. Maybe he takes her to Crystal Lake, and they have to go after him to get her back or something. They could have written it in a more, I don't know, less joking way, because it was kind of like they just...
Well, no,
found
they had
Freddy.
already built their fear for Freddy, and they're like, you know what, we've got someone that might be able to fight with him, and we can pull him out. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was the best bet they had. And also, I think they actually did make a slight connection with her trying to help
But
him.
why did they even need him? If they could pull him out, they can kill him.
Well,
They can pull him out. Doesn't mean they can kill him.
yeah, like...
Well, if they can pull him out, they tie him up.
It took a lot of effort for Jason to
I
kill
was
him.
going to say, they pull him out and they try and fight this cunt. Did you see what it took Jason? He's
they-
throwing flying knees, alright? These teenagers ain't got shit on
In
him.
2003, they were still blockbusters. They could have just went and watched the other movies.
Hired them all out, watched them all.
Worked out how to win.
No, that's a pretty fair point. It's losing 2 points from me.
But what
I
is
should have studied.
It was funny because you just said the point of how, like, Jason is kind of emotional. I don't know if you want to take that in a weird way at the end when he, like, stabs Freddy through the chest and she passes the machete back to him, and then he's just like goes away kind of thing.
Yeah, he's definitely got that vibe. Like, certain people, he's like Mike Myers, but to a lesser extent. You know, Mike Myers just, for some reason, like, he won't kill someone, but other people he'll kill.
I
for
assume
that
you do mean
hesitation.
Michael Myers and not the actor Mike Myers,
Mike
who voiced
Myers.
Shreks.
Yeah,
No.
from
But,
Shrek.
yeah.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, Austin Powers. He just really picks
Michael
and
Myers.
chooses who he's going to kill.
Yeah, he's got to be smart about it. He's in the spotlight. Yeah, so like he's got that thing about him.
Yeah.
While Freddy's pretty indiscriminate, he'll basically kill anyone he wants if it like satisfies his joy.
Yeah.
I really
Lost.
do like slasher films where they leave people, though. I always like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what movie it is where the final girl or whoever like ends up helping the baddie and he leaves her alone. Like, he just walks off and
Yeah.
leaves her. And I'm like, I can't think what movie it is, but I always really like that scene because I was like, oh, she helped him and now he's like, you don't have to die. Sorry about everyone you ever knew, though.
Yeah, it
Like-
humanizes them a
Predator.
smidge.
Yeah.
Predator does that.
Does it?
Predator. Ah, yeah. You're talking about number 2, where he
Yeah,
earned
because-
his kill or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's because he's not a mindless killing machine. He's a warrior.
Yeah, yeah.
He has no interest in just killing people randomly. But yeah, unlike Jason, which is pretty much just kill anyone. Literally, if you come across him, he's gonna kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's-
All right. Well, anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm happy with a 4. I don't know if I can go 4.5.
Would you fault me for going, like, do you think that is too hard? Do you think
No.
I've made a good enough case? Because, like,
No,
I
no.
honestly think the CGI is the only thing.
If
Other than taking points for being a dumb fun film kind of thing.
like, look, there's the CGI. There's for me, the lack of impact on the soundtrack. There's the little bit of the plot hole with getting through the barricade.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things, and that all adds up to me. I definitely can't give it 4.5. Can't give it 5 for sure. I can't think of anything that I would give 5 to.
Matrix.
I would have given that 4.75.
Just because you don't want to commit to the 5.
I can't commit to a 5.
You can barely commit to a 4.
Alright, so I'm happy to
4.5
give
for
a
me.
4, but if you go 4.5, I can see how... Like, I can see
Yeah,
how you
because the
get
only
that.
thing I can think of is maybe the barricade, but she made the point they're teenagers, they can probably get out of that.
Yeah,
the
no,
only
but you
real
shouldn't have to think about
I know,
that.
but the only real one I have is I don't know why he killed the mother. That's the only thing I don't.
Yeah, well, there's a few plot holes.
But
Like,
isn't the dad and that the whole town is part of who burned him alive? Wasn't it revenge?
The kids, that's where he gets.
Everyone that originally killed him,
Are
their
dead
kids
by
are
now.
long dead, man.
Well, in this, it's I don't know. It seems like they're kind of around, maybe.
It seemed like the cop knew a lot about him, though.
Yeah, from all the previous times that kids have been like, Freddy's,
Actually,
Freddy's killing.
he may have went for the wife trying to frame the dad because the dad's the fucker making the hypnosil.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I know, but
maybe.
you shouldn't have to come.
Yeah, I
to
know.
those
I shouldn't have to
conclusions.
come to that
They
conclusion.
didn't even hint at that.
That should have been a thing where he because like I said, the movie did pretty good at giving you the other little
Yeah.
details.
Yeah.
It'll only take a sentence to clear that one up.
Well, I'm
If-
wondering if we missed something. I don't think we did.
No, I don't ever. I remember that one sticking out to me as always weird. That why'd he kill the adult? And maybe I just missed it every time.
Yeah.
But
10 minutes was all it would have taken to frame the father for the hypnosil, and that would have like fleshed out that portion
Yeah.
a little better. Because what's his
not even
plan
10
at this
minutes.
point?
Just simple sentence would have been, was it your father and his damn hypnosil? Just that sentence alone would have fucking just cleared up that. No wonder he went. Also, we're taking the not killing adults from going from the older movies. Like, maybe he's had the fucking power all along. You know what I mean? They've just
Yeah.
they're all adults and they're kind of like, yeah, shut up, kids.
Maybe it's just that adults don't fear it and dream in the same manner. I don't know.
They don't
But
have,
again,
they don't get enough sleep
we
to have good
shouldn't
dreams.
have to look that deep
Yeah.
into a horror comedy.
Yeah. But that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I know.
So
We're looking into the lore.
You're starting to think I should bring my critical score up by that 0.5. Because the only reason I gave it a 4 was the CGI and the
The loop.
Yeah.
Plot hole.
plot hole. The explaining that, and that makes it actually think, yeah, the 0.5 is actually meant to be there still.
Yeah.
Not
fair
a
enough.
full point.
it's funny because I always see a plot hole is something that like contradicts something else. Do you know what I mean? But if it can be answered in a way, then that doesn't feel like a plot hole. It
Like
kind of
what?
just feels like
if they just had not said, let's barricade the city,
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't have thought less of the cop because it's a pretty drastic measure to take,
yeah.
and it never would have contradicted anything. That's probably the problem, that they let you see that he was suggesting
Yeah.
barricading off the
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
city.
Which another thing could be solved by just a quick sentence.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Just to clear that up.
right.
But I don't think, and the problem is people don't think about that stuff enough to care.
Like, if you want to think about it, he probably didn't have the manpower in a small town after all those killings to quarantine
Yeah.
quarantine a city. Like, do you know how much work that would take?
Yeah, definitely.
In the best of times, that would be hard. But again, you shouldn't have to think about that. It basically should, in a Hollywood movie, just be explained to you.
Though a lot of movies are based on they've given you something to do with the character, so you kind of pin things together.
Yeah, but this isn't a deep movie.
How dare
Maybe,
you?
hey, it's done it's pretty clever.
It's not deep, though.
It's pretty
It's not a
deep.
thought-provoking movie here.
Considering what the movie is, it's really deep.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I was gonna say they gave more than what they really needed to
Got
for
real
this.
deep into a lot of children.
For a movie with verses in it, alright?
Yeah, I know.
It's a pretty good story.
So you're
Alright.
giving it a 4.5?
Yeah, I'm going 4.5.
Yeah, I was as well.
It's a 4.5.
Fuck it.
Really? You're going high
This
as
has
well.
got to beat Matrix.
Yeah, that's what.
Don't worry, this list is fucking dumb, okay?
As soon as I watched it, I was like, "Oh no!" I can already tell my critical's about 4.5, and I was just thinking, when I think about where this is going to be on the list, I'm like, "Fucking hell, our list makes no sense." But I can't measure it. Like,
you can't better it, yeah.
yeah,
I guarantee it would make more sense if you were to break up the movies based on genre, but
Yeah.
leave them in their current standing.
yeah, we probably
We
should.
may have to do a like genre list at some point.
Because if you were to take all the horrors out, that list would then make sense.
Yeah,
If you were to take all the comedies out, that list would make sense.
yeah.
To a degree.
To be fair, we may have to go back at some point, but not right now. Not till we at least hit 100.
Not today.
Not this day. I love this movie. I'm also going 4.5.
For
Yeah,
critical or
Personal.
Personal. Fuck!
I love this
4.5.
movie. It is one of my
Small
favorite
size.
movies. Freddy is one of my he is my favorite horror character,
Icon, yeah.
and I love him in this movie. I think he's even funnier in this in a lot of ways. And just, it's so fun to watch all these people die.
I thought about it, like, because I like a lot about this movie, But then I think about some stuff that I have given 4.5 and I don't quite rate it as much.
Don't,
but then it's,
don't.
No, I know, and I always have that rule where I'm like, no, don't compare to other
We gotta
things.
look. When we look at that list, we've all got to feel disgusted in ourselves.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, like, would I watch this right away? Like, would I chuck this on right now? Fucking probably. Like, which is a bit of a problem, isn't it? I'm really torn between 4 and 4.5.
So this is where we need the 0.25s.
No, I would
yours,
not
Aaron?
use them.
What?
What's yours?
2.5.
See, I'm more practical with my scores than you guys.
How dare you?
And-
No, I think it's you
Like, I
different
like
with
this
movies.
movie.
movie's
And
great.
for me, it's 3.5. I would probably do a 3.75,
3.5.
but 3.5. It's still a 7.5. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
It's not quite the 8 that Elm Street 4, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 was for me. But
See, I'm not even
I
thinking
still
about it
enjoy
like
it.
that. Like, I would still, if I was going to say which is the better movie for me, it's still The Matrix that beats this movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
by far. Miles. But they're probably going to have the same score.
Yeah, you know what? This is nearly, like, not faultless, but this is pretty fun. I'd watch this. I'd recommend it. No, but,
But
you know what I mean.
you've got two, and only one, I can look past both of them
The
with...
CGI, the plot hole
Oh, the CGI, and the only one is
the
that, but I still
no
don't consider it
impact.
that much.
in the soundtrack.
A plot hole to me usually is like,
Oh, I'm
that
sure if
character
we
wasn't
looked-
there.
I'm sure if we looked, there'd be other plot holes.
Oh, yeah,
But
No, I
again, it's a horror comedy. You're not supposed to look that deep at the plot. And if you hadn't mentioned it, I may not have even thought about it.
the barrier.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
So,
I think when I consider this against, like, all the other sort of horror slasher weirdo films out there, I'm like, no, this is probably one of my favorite ones. Like, this is pretty consistently good throughout, and this is one of the few
Yeah,
movies
there's not
where
much
I
of a
didn't
lull
get
when you think
bored.
of it, yeah.
I didn't have a moment where I was like, oh, I wonder what's on Facebook. I was just like, this funny. Everyone dead. I think I'm gonna go 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
you guys are suckers for comedies.
Horror comedy, sir. Blood and laughs.
What did we decide on? Hom-com?
Hom-com.
Oh, yeah.
Hom-com.
Yeah,
Good old hom-com.
Yeah.
Alright, we better hurry, guys. This is getting to that
Long
point where I can't
I'm gonna spin the wheel.
spin the wheel.
Oh, shit, I don't know. Please don't be me.
I hope it's you.
I hope it's me, just so I can get this damn movie off my chest.
No, I hope it's me. Fuck you.
Alright, so you got a choice.
Ooh.
Choice of a new generation.
It ties with The Fifth Element and Mad Max.
Holy
No, it
shit!
does not. Well, it's fucking below
It's
those.
below everything.
No one's ever going to believe our fucking list.
I
No
know.
one can take it seriously when the third movie is fucking Freddy.
Oh my god, we're gonna look like fuckheads.
Yeah. Or maybe we just know how to enjoy a movie, for fuck's sake.
That is so weird. As if it nearly took first place.
So what's the number? What was it?
So it's tied for first place.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 8.625?
8.62.
Ah, okay.
Oh my
Then
god!
Wait, it's above The Matrix!
Yes, Kane.
Oh!
Look, I gave The Matrix a 9.5. I'm happy with myself. I probably would have went a 10.
That's funny.
I gave it a 9.52.
The Matrix.
Huh?
The Matrix lost. Only lost because I only gave it a 6.5
Yeah.
because I don't like the movie.
Alright, you ready?
Alright, who is it? Remember, this week, if you haven't thought about it, it's something you like.
You.
Ooh.
Fuck!
Ooh.
It's something you like, but you think it's going to rate poorly by the others.
Alright, so I had a couple.
Transformers movie.
I love those.
I had a couple I was tossing up,
Cartoon.
but
They're
like,
okay.
because obviously I could just pick like Billy Elliot or a rom-com or whatever.
Yeah. True hatred.
I was torn between Super Troopers because I know you don't like it, but I've gone with Sorority Boys
Oh, that's what I was trying to read.
because I know you're fucking nosy because I think it's fucking funny, but I haven't seen it in a really long time. It might not be good anymore. I might not even like it. But the idea of it in my mind is like, heh heh, funny. So,
That's
Bad
what I'm
Boy
doing.
Bobby 2 is
That's what I said you would pick. I'm picking a movie that was old. I haven't seen it since then. I loved it then, but I think you aren't going to like it now. I might not even like it
Wait,
now.
does everyone have their movie in mind?
I have one.
Martin, you've got one?
His is Rubber, isn't it?
No,
No.
you were expecting Rubber, so I wasn't going to choose Rubber.
You're the only one that doesn't have one in
You're going
mind?
to save that one for a rainy day, aren't you?
Because I was going to say, because I'm having a mental breakdown, I feel like everyone should reveal what theirs is, but Aaron doesn't have one, so we can't.
You just want to know what mine is, that's all.
Nah, I want to know what Martin's is too, because he swapped it for Rubber. Like...
Revealing would be good, but I kind of like the surprise of it, so...
Like, just off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of movies I liked when I was a kid. That, if I was to watch now, I would probably tear to pieces.
Well, I nearly
like
picked Willow.
Batman Returns with the penguin.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
See, for me...
But is it still? Have
See-
you watched it recently?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
I've
See-
got it on Blu-ray. I'll watch it.
For me, it was like, I have a similar taste to you and her, so I'm like, now I've got to figure out what movie can I pick where I can...
That we won't
That
like.
both of you, so I can try and hit all three of yous on the low score scale. And I've got one, because it's probably going to be low for me, but in my heart, yeah, a special place.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 1 critically, but it's getting a 5 for like...
No, it's not getting that.
Oh, shit.
I don't know, I have to watch it again. It may hold up and still be really fun for me, but critically just poor.
Mine's an old kids movie.
Oh no.
I wouldn't know if it, I wouldn't classify it as a kids movie, but it's a movie I watched as a kid.
Yeah, that's mine's pretty much when I was really young, so probably not that young though. But...
Mine was really young. I don't even.
Alright, so what's the movie? Is it Sorority Boys?
Yep.
Okay. Prepare for next week's hate fest of Sorority Boys.
No, you don't know.
From the name, I'm
What do
already
you mean?
like...
If you don't know that we're going to hate it, then you're choosing the wrong movie.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
point.
I'm trying to be, like...
No, you're going like, the list wants to look weird, you know what I mean? We get some real hate on
Yeah,
there.
but I wanted to pick a movie that makes me cry, and I thought... I know that you guys aren't supposed to like it, but I couldn't do it, you know? Like, I wanted to pick one of my favourite
Then that's not the
sad
one.
movies.
Pick whatever you want.
Pick what you know we won't like.
That's the whole point of
But
this
you
month.
like.
Yeah, it's about cross-dressers.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was the one.
I love Priscilla.
Well, I don't know what sad movie I'd pick. I had a
So
few-
you're not ready?
No.
Do you want to pass it on?
No, you little bitch.
Hey,
All
other
right,
people have
here's the
had
thing.
less time and passed it
I
on.
could potentially...
We have like a minute to end
I know.
this.
Well, then
50.
I want to watch Now Is Good.
I don't know what that is. Alright, the movie is now is good. Thank you all for your support. Now is a good time to end this podcast. So end us out, Aaron.
Thank you, and good night.
NPC